Before we get started with today's show, I just want to remind you that you can save 10% on your order with Symphony of Balloons, a luxury balloon company that also offers a 360 camera. Just simply mention you heard about them on Breaking Through Glass Ceilings. Is this thing on? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Welcome to another episode of Breaking Through Glass Ceilings with Uncomfortable Conversations. I know it's been a while since I did this show. To be honest with you, I had a lot going on. Last time I did the show was slightly before WrestleMania weekend in Philadelphia. So, we're talking that was almost a month and a half ago. But there's been so much that's been happening since then. A lot of things that's been uncomfortable, but I'm not going to go back in and, rehash some of those conversations. However, there has been something that's been trending. So we're going to jump into it. P. Diddy, the video. It's surfaced. It's horrible. It's ridiculous. So, I mean, y'all should know me by now. I don't condone violence. I certainly don't condone, certainly under any circumstances, do not condone violence against women, domestic violence, even this domestic, even if it's, a man versus woman. I'll be honest with you. I'm a big wrestling fan. Intergender wrestling isn't always my thing just because of the view, necessarily the view of a man striking a woman. That's how I feel personally. But when we talk about everything that's happening with Diddy, I had this big question for everybody. My question is, you canceling him? Now, here's what I mean. Does this mean that you'll no longer drink Ciroc, no longer listen to his music? Now, many people may say, well, we didn't really listen to a lot of Diddy's music anyway. And I'm talking going back as far as like Puff Daddy and the Bad Boy family. Are you canceling it? I know when the R. Kelly documentary came out, there were a lot of people who stopped listening to R. Kelly's music. But then you also had people who said they believe in separating the artist from the art. So that's my question. Y'all go ahead and drop it in the comments. But watching that and then seeing Diddy's apology, it's nothing he can say. There's nothing quite frankly, there's nothing I want to hear from anybody trying to defend it. You start from him running. Okay, that's even running, yelling in her face as she's trying to get away. That's a problem. Grabbing her by the hair, neck, that's a problem. Dragging her, that's a problem. And then throwing the vases. But you know what the sad part is? The sad part of everything is not that we saw the video. The sad part is that it took for the video for a lot of people to go into this and like, oh, nah, this ain't cool. Diddy, I know everyone doesn't tell the truth, but sometimes just listen. Listen with an open mind. I know everybody don't tell the truth. I will say this personally, I'd rather take the risk of believing someone who lied about being abused and being wrong about that than fall not believe in the accuser, right? And then turn out I'm wrong. That's me. I'm interested in how y'all feel. I'm giving you how I feel. Now, like I said, listen with an open mind. These are things that, Cassie had been talking about. And now you're starting to see more people come out of the woodworks. And I think it's good. I think everybody needs to speak up. And as more people speak up, I think it's better. Everybody been talking about Cat Williams, right? Cat Williams was on and he said all of these things. He said 2024 was going to reveal a lot of truths. We're going to find out. Speaking of Netflix, Cat Williams, he did a Netflix special during my hiatus. I watched it. I think we got everything we needed to out of the show. But one of the things I did also watch was the roast of Tom Brady. Now, that Tom Brady roast, let me tell you, what was so cringeworthy. It was so now, but it's a roast. I didn't have a problem with it. It's one of those things you start wondering, well, who would be next, right? A lot of stuff that people were saying came out. Brady doesn't pass the black people. um, what was uncomfortable was having to hear the jokes about his ex-wife and how she's dating somebody who's into jiu-jitsu, I believe a jitsu black belt. And I was like, yeah, imagine your ex-wife getting fucked by somebody and you can't do nothing about it. A lot of that stuff was uncomfortable. I'm like, okay. But I mean, he smiled. Now, he did get up to one of the people and say, don't say that again when they talked about Patriots owner Robert Kraft. So I thought that was funny. But the roast was cool and it made me think. So who are some people I want to see a roast of, right? And maybe they out there, maybe I just thinking I would like to see, a roast of Roman Reigns, of Triple H. I would like to see a roast of Ray Lewis. That might be dangerous, but hey, I would like to see it. I would like to see. I ain't gonna hold you. I would have liked to see a roast of OJ Simpson, just to see what his reactions are gonna be. Rest in peace to the Juice. Um, he died during my hiatus. I put it like this: he'll get his day of reckoning, his judgment day, in my belief. So God knows if he did it or he didn't, but we'll find out. No, we won't find out. I'm sorry. He will find out. He knows if he did it, but he knows what his fate will be. That's the words. Um, but yeah, just the roast was funny. I enjoyed it. It was cool. It was 3 hours. Good background noise. Play a video game, watch it. Ha ha ha. You know. Um, but yeah. But I'm gonna take a quick break, and afterwards, we're gonna talk some basketball because there's a lot of things I'm excited about. Ladies and gentlemen, are you in the gym every week? Are you looking to kind of keep yourself cool while you work up a nasty sweat? Well, I got the best thing for you. Cooling bands, bandanas, cooling towels, and so much more. Go to Vertical Athletics, get your favorite team in MLS or MLB. Or guess what? Now they have a custom option so you can upload your own logo and you can save 10% at checkout when you enter the code Brian H. Waters. Go to verticalathletics.com, use the code Brian H. Waters to save 10% on some of your best cooling gear. And I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. So, The WNBA had their draft. Boom, we're off and running. Caitlin Clark, now member of the Indiana Fever. Angel Reese, a member of the Chicago Sky. Two names that everybody tend to learn over the course of time, whether it was because of their play, their media coverage, or fake controversies. But shout out to all the ladies in the WNBA who were drafted. I'm trying to get more familiar with individuals. I've been familiar with the teams. I was a huge Los Angeles Sparks fan. First, because I'm a Lakers fan. So when the WNBA started, guess what? Naturally, I went to the sister team and they had Lisa Leslie. Mark out moment for me talking to Lisa Leslie on Clubhouse. Y'all remember that app? So that was a huge moment for me. But after, we, I moved on. So let's just say I stayed. Then there was Candace Parker, and she would go on to win a championship. Those the battles with the Minnesota Lynx, Maya Moore, man, so much fun. But even through all those years, the ladies was not getting the respect coverage that they deserve. And I'm happy it's happening now. Very happy. As I get to learn more about the game, I'm fortunate to be connected with a lot of content creators who've been on the ground covering the WNBA for years, and I watch their content, and now it's getting pushed to the forefront of my social media feeds, but more than it has ever been. But shout out to Angel Reese, Baltimore's own, might I add, who recently just had an incredible deal. She purchased a soccer team. So, shout out to her soccer team out of DC. So, co-owner of the DC Power Football Club. So, congratulations to her. Shout out to Caitlin Clark, who signed a multi-year deal with Wilson Basketball. First deal since Michael Jordan, they said. So, I'm glad to see these ladies get in the bag. And let's get them on more television. I hope with this NBA deals, which we'll get into next, because I'm very excited about that. I'm hoping we can get WNBA on ESPN, Amazon, and making its return. I got to hit the music. That is music to my ears, ladies and gentlemen. Round Ball Rock. Shout out to John Tesh. I actually just watched the interview where he talked about making this music. And like any true artist, another day at work. Didn't think it would, it was just another day at work. They asked him to name it. He said, hey, Round Ball Rock. He was on the Dan Le Batard show. I'm very excited about this. We got the NBA on NBC coming back, and Basketball Night in America. That's what's going to be exciting. Maybe I'll get more invested in NBA like I used to be. I look back, I think about it. I was reading this great piece by my colleague and the person whom I produce for the Press Box Pods own, Brian Curtis. He wrote a piece titled He Sees NBA Nostalgia Play. Make sure you check that out. It's on theringer.com. But one of the things that he talked about back in the day, CBS had the Magic play. Very interesting takeaway from that. They didn't want to give the deals. Check this out. They didn't want to give bigger TV deals because, and the quote is, Sports Illustrated quote, executive saying, higher salaries will contribute to the drug problem in athletics today. I'm sorry, not CBS, ABC. ABC. So that was very interesting. But you learn about in this piece, you learn about like Dick Ebersol, and I'm a TV nerd, so this is very interesting to me. That's why I love being able to do that show. You know, Dick Ebersol coming in as the NBA savior. He's the one who started the deal. But here's the thing. So I started thinking, right? You have the CBS era. You think about Magic and Bird, Dr. J, Isaiah, early Michael Jordan. The NBA on NBC era, the Michael Jordan era. And of course, you got to throw in Patrick Ewing, Reggie Miller. But you really think about Michael Jordan. I remember my friends would say, when you hear this, that meant, Michael Jordan coming to get with somebody today. You talk about Bob Costas and him, a quick spew of the importance of the game. For me, I also remember the Kobe and Shaq years. A big Laker fan, as I'm right now listening to Phil Jackson's book on the 2014. Woof. But the Kobe and Shaq years when they won the championships, all three of them, and I had all the tapes, was on NBA on NBC. But now we went to the ABC era, right? And of course, Kobe Bryant won his second two on ABC. But I really think about the ABC era, the TNT era, right? And you really think about for TNT, the Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, early Tim Duncan, obviously Kobe Bryant. But the ESPN side, well, yeah, and I'm thinking about the Western Conference Finals and like the Eastern Conference Finals. But really, ABC is the LeBron James era. When you really break it down, the LeBron James era. So let's look at this again, right? When you look at the eras of basketball television, it's the CBS, Magic, and Bird. The NBA on NBC, Michael Jordan is king, but then throw in Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal as the duo. And then the ABC era coincides with the LeBron James era. I mean, you're talking really LeBron James' entire career. His rookie year is when they got the deal. That first NBA Finals, the 2004 NBA Finals, that was LeBron James' rookie year. That Pistons team that won, that should have had Carmelo Anthony. So as we move into a new era of television, who's going to take the reins of the new NBA on NBC, the Amazon NBA? That's what I'm looking forward to, ladies and gentlemen. I am. I'm really looking forward to it. I think we're set up for a lot of great things in the NBA. Like I said, I'm a TV person, so this is all exciting. But as I get ready to close out, I'm gonna be back. I'm back in rhythm, so it's time. Shout out to Bryce Harper, MLB's Bryce Harper. He showed up, served as a wingman, helped somebody with their proposal. You proposed to your prom date, but Bryce Harper was right there. So, and shout out to Gunnar Henderson, the AL, front runner for the AL MVP. He's just hitting home runs after home runs after home runs. So, but we'll have more baseball talk. We'll have more uncomfortable conversations. And y'all know I have a cousin who's a YouTuber. Let's say he's preparing to come back. That's a nice teaser for you. But remember, folks, do not let anybody place a ceiling above your success. So long, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to support this podcast by wearing a t-shirt, whether it's the one that says breaking through glass ceilings or the one that says no ceilings above success, simply go to foryourwear.com. Also, you can support some of your other favorite podcasts and content creators, including Those Wrestling Girls, Seahawk, and the Wrestling Club. And you can support some of your favorite independent wrestlers, including Jay Bougie, Trisha Dora, Chaz the Don. Shoot, all the Pure Ignorance is on there. So go on foryourwear.com, go under personalities, you'll find Brian H. Waters, and buy a t-shirt. And remember, I'll give you a shout out on the show. Podcasters and gamers, we all know it can be intense. We're talking, we're getting hyped, we're passionate. Sometimes we need a boost. Well, you can get that by getting Rogue Energy. Rogue Energy is the #1 supplement for podcasters and gamers, and they have tons of different flavors, including Strawberry Burst, Tropical Breeze, and Cotton Candy. And you can save 10% by putting in the code BrianH at checkout. So go to rogueenergy.com and enter the code BrianH to save money. Are you a podcaster who is looking to share clips from your show in the simplest way possible? Well, I have the best solution, and that's Opus Clip. Opus Clip allows you to take the link to your show, upload it, and then they will clip off some of the best moments. And it allows you to edit it, change the captions, change the colors, and they also give you a viral score so you know which clip can potentially generate more buzz for your show. So if you're looking to do that, click the link in the bio, sign up for Opus Clip, and go viral with some of the best content from your show.